What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to talk about this build and go more in depth with it, why I did what I did, what I added to it, and why I did. Now, we'll start with the stainless steel slide because I made a video on this a couple days ago and why I like stainless steel products. One is they look nice. Two is they tend to run smoother. There's something about the stainless steel that's more slippery. It holds onto the oil or your lube more, and it just runs smoother. For instance, a stainless steel guide rod, you just feel it when you're racking a slide. It runs smoother than an OEM guide rod. Now, for this build, like I said, Hooper Gunworks everyday carry slide, awesome. Now, someone did mention, dead skin and then holster residue and so on is easier to see on this, and that's fine. None of that affects reliability or being able to carry it properly or anything like that. So that's not a big deal. That's just me that I like stainless steel slides. I've had experience with stainless steel slides and guide rods, and they all tend to run super smooth, except for Lone Wolf slides. Now, I added the Grey Ghost Precision Barrel just because I like the way it looks, plus it's super accurate and nice. Now, these sights are OEM Glock metal night sights. I will be swapping those out for Ameriglow cap sights. I like Ameriglow cap sights the best. That is why it's going to be on my everyday carry build. I made this build specifically for everyday carry. It didn't need a ton. I didn't want to throw a whole ton of money in it. I just wanted something perfect. What you need for everyday carry. What you need for everyday carry is night sights. In my opinion, I like to have a good trigger. On top of that, I like having nice grips. Even when your hands are sweaty, they'll run. And a company called Invoke, I love their takedown lever. It makes it super easy, super smooth. Sometimes with some of my builds, especially P80s, it's harder to get that takedown lever down. This one is very easy, very smooth, plus it looks really nice. Now, Glock internals, except for some Wheaton arm springs and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just a normal Glock 26 with a different slide on it and different barrel. It's just a build, but it's perfect. You don't need anything more than this. A good holster, some backup mags, night sights, just something that runs. Now, like I said, you don't have to change out the trigger. I like to, but I only trust good brands like Wheaton Arms, Apex, and so on. Now, base plates and stuff like that, they aren't necessary. Those are just like, to give it a good look, and that's basically why I put the Hornet Precision base plate on there. I like the way it looks. It flows good with this build, and it just looks perfect. Back plates, you don't need them. You don't need to spend 20 or 15 on a back plate. This is just a Zev back plate that I had left over from a parts kit, and it looks nice on there. But in all reality, all you need is a decent barrel, and something that's reliable. And we put 300 rounds to this thing today. Not a single issue, not a single hiccup. I ran it while it was hot. I ran it continuously. In about 5 minutes, we put 300 rounds through. Not a single hiccup, not a single malfunction. And yes, I am running an OEM guide rod. I'm starting to go away from stainless steel and tungsten guide rods just because I have had some reliability issues, but that's why we test. When I test a firearm, I like to run a lot of rounds through it fast. When I go to the range, I don't really practice having good groups. I like to shoot faster because when I'm in a self-defense encounter, I'm going to have to shoot fast. I'm going to have to spread the love. I'm going to have to get rounds all in that A zone, chest, ribs, that whole, where all your most important vital organs are. That's where you want to be. You don't want to just shoot in the same spot. I'm not a competitive shooter. I'm someone who's out there trying to defend myself, making it home every single night. And so that's how I practice. I practice shooting fast. I practice trying to put that firearm through some bad conditions, so hot, dirty, and so on. My hands are sweaty from holding it. When you shoot 200 rounds, 250 rounds, your hands start to become a little weak. You're handling the recoil less. You're getting a little shaky. When you put 300 rounds through it in 5 minutes, you'll realize that you're starting to shake a little bit. Your grip is becoming a little less, and those are all good conditions to practice in. And that's why I go hard on my builds. I really like to test them up front. Put 200 to 600 rounds through them just to make sure they're going to run when I need them most, and that's how I come up with it. But other than that, for everyday carry, you don't need much. Let's be real. You can get away with a single stack Glock 43 or Ruger EC9S and be able to handle yourself. It's about making sure that firearm is reliable. And like I said, I built this just because I wanted a good everyday carry build. So here's the thing. When I make builds and I make a really nice build, it sort of becomes a safe queen. Now, I still shoot it, but I don't carry as much. This right here I know is going to get beat to crap. I'll show you guys this firearm in a year of carrying it, and I promise you this thing will look messed up. But that's why I made it for everyday carry use. It has everything I could ever want in an everyday carry firearm, and that's all I need. I could literally carry this the rest of my life, and I'm sure I'd be solid. Just keep putting rounds through it every single weekend, whether that's 50 rounds, whether it's 100 rounds, whether it's a couple boxes of hollow points. I'm going to test it every single month. I'm going to train with it every single week. And yeah, that's just part of everyday carries. Make sure your firearms are up to date, they're clean, they're taken care of, the maintenance is there, and that you're practicing with these. Not that you're going to the range and shooting a Glock 34 the whole time, and then you're carrying a small Micro 9 or subcompact like this Glock 26. No, my most shot firearm is the one I'm carrying at the time. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.